And welcome to our first Inner Circle on Zoom. I'm told we have 40 minutes with this and that it'll give us a warning at 30 minutes. That's only for today because I haven't paid for the group membership yet. So we're trying this out. So welcome everyone to the Faster EFT Inner Circle. And I've got two things going on here. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, that's good. That works. Now I lost you. Now I got you back. Okay. So we're going to use our usual Hangout protocol. So half of our time, which will be about 20 minutes, will be for Q&A, for questions and answers about the curiosities, challenges, questions that you have concerning Faster EFT. The second 20 minutes, we will step in and do some tapping based on what comes up. So I see Tanya. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you are not the speaker, if you could go over to audio settings in the left corner and mute your microphone, because we're getting a little bit of feedback. But I would love to hear what our first question is going to be on Zoom. So, questions, curiosities, challenges, working on yourself, working on others, the Faster EFT process itself. And Lisa has a big smile. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi there.
This is my first time
that you made it in.
I did. Well, Elise in New Mexico, she told me how great these calls were, and I just kept missing them. And today I said, I'm going to make it. I went to Facebook. I saw, oh, we're doing Zoom now.
Yeah.
And
we'll
so here
I am. 25 people today. And then our next gathering, when we start under the subscription, will be June the 8th at 11 a.m. Central Time, at 7 p.m. Central Time. So you'll have 2 a week available. And that will be for our unlimited hour with unlimited number of people, up to, I think it's 200. So
wow.
No more of this, I couldn't get in stuff by popular demand.
Yes.
So, well, Lisa, what are your questions, or do you have any?
Well, I had a long list then. This was a while back when Elise told me about the groups. But today I just would like to be here, soak it all up, get a feel of how things go in the protocol. But I promise you, I do have questions.
Excellent, excellent. And are you a member of the Facebook group, Faster EFT Mentoring since 2011?
There are so many Facebook groups.
Yeah.
So which one is it? Which particular one?
Faster EFT Mentoring.
No.
Since 2011.
Okay.
So if you'll go to that Facebook group and request to be a part of it, then I will add you to the group, and that's where everything's getting funneled. We couldn't bring our database over from Google, so we had to create a database on Facebook.
Okay.
Make this happen. So if you'll do that, and if I don't get to you, I'll get to you in a couple weeks. I'm leaving for Paris in the morning, and then on over to Athens for level 2 training. So I'll be off the grid for a little while, but I will get back to you, I promise. So welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. So questions, curiosities, challenges, working on yourself, working on others, or using the Faster EFT process. What can I help you with today? I'm excited to be here. Hey, Cindy.
Hello. I have a question.
What is your question, sweetie?
My question.
Yes.
It was Tanya who was asking a question.
Oh, it was Tanya. Is there a chat somewhere that I'm not seeing?
Laura, my question was, if I may.
Oh, there you are, Tanya. Gotcha. Yes.
I've been working on one of my issues for some time. And each time I start working on it, I start, getting very teary, very emotional.
Okay.
and I cannot change it. What to do?
Okay. So first thing I would ask you is the number one question for Faster EFT. How do you know you have a problem? So what is the issue you're working on, and how do you represent it inside yourself? Are you seeing a picture or a movie, which I don't think you do?
Yes, I see a picture.
Do you? Okay, I couldn't remember what your process was. You see a picture. Is it a moving picture?
No, it is a still picture.
A still picture. Is it actually an old photograph that you have, or is it a picture you've created in your mind?
It is the picture of one of the events that happened to me.
Okay, so, and are you alone in this picture?
No, I'm not alone.
Okay, so how many people are there with you?
2 people.
So 2 people plus you.
Yes. Oh, no. 2 people, me and 1 person.
You, 1 person plus you. Okay, is this person male or female?
Female.
Female. So you and this other woman are in the picture. How old are you?
5, 6 years old.
Okay. And is this an adult woman?
Yes, it is an adult woman.
Okay, so, all right, so you're 5 or 6 years old, and you're in the picture. Are you seeing yourself in the picture, or are you able to step into your 5-year-old body and look at her through your eyes?
I don't see myself, I see a lady. But the interesting thing is, when I start reading what I wrote in my piece list, not when I see a picture, but what I wrote in my piece list, I start crying at certain, at one place.
Okay, so when you start reading that section of your piece list,
I start crying, right?
You start to cry, and you're seeing a picture of yourself, or you're seeing a picture of a lady. You are in your body looking out your eyes. That's first.
Even before I see a picture of the lady, I start crying.
Okay, so it happens almost instantaneously. Usually when we're reading something. Remember, when you say something, speak it. When you write it, when you read it, you're going to feel it. So that's why when you do a bullet point list for me, or you watch my video on how to do your homework, it says bullet points only. You don't need to be feeling this stuff yet. So recognize that that's what the mind does. So you read your piece list about this situation, and you immediately get teary. So we've got feelings, sensations, and emotions. And we've also got an image, of a still picture looking out your eyes at this woman that we can work with.
Yes.
So you could approach it from either direction. You can go with the teariness, which is pretty general, or you can step into the picture and start changing the picture by tapping on what it is that the picture represents.
Okay, thank you, Lura.
Have you tried that? Have you tapped on that particular picture?
Yes, I have.
And you haven't flipped it?
No.
Okay, have you stepped in as your own person as an adult to help that little girl?
No.
Okay, you can also do that. You can step into the picture, bring other resources in, and you are the resource.
Okay.
I would definitely want to do the expressions technique, looking at the adult woman in the picture, and tap until her expression changes. Move over into second position, feel her feelings and emotions, think her thoughts as she's looking at that little 5-year-old you, and make those changes as well. And you will clean it up.
Thank you very much, Lura.
You're welcome, sweetie. Just don't give up too soon.
No, thank you.
All right. Other questions, challenges, curiosities about working on yourself, working on a client, or the Faster EFT process in general?
Laura, this is Carrie. I have a question.
Please, ma'am.
I was working with a client over the weekend, and, I just couldn't tell if there were shifts happening. Like I would ask, how do you know? And they would say, oh, I feel better about that. But, part of me wants to say, are you sure you feel better about it? Okay. Are you sure? Because, the session went 3 hours, so I'm like, are you sure you feel better? So from a practitioner point of view, when do you believe the client when they say they're neutral? Because my intuition was saying, no, they're not done yet,
Okay, you do the same thing I just did with Tanya. You find out how they know, and you get down to the nitty-gritty. If it's not changing, you continue to drill down. Are you seeing it, hearing it, feeling it? Okay, if you're seeing it, is it a moving picture? Is it a static picture? Is it actually an image of an old photograph that you really have, and that's what you're seeing? Find out how they represent it and change the representation. And that way, when you ask them and they say, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling fine now, say, step back into the picture. Has it completely changed? Is everyone's expression a smile? Does it feel good? You know, what are you doing now? Has the action changed? All those little submodalities.
Okay, great.
So
All right,
excellent.
thank you.
And then you can believe them because they give you the submodality details.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great question. Okay. All right. Next. Questions, challenges, curiosities. Cindy.
Hey, Laura. I had a question about different populations of, I haven't seen a lot on the different pages about people working with PTSD or with vets.
Okay.
Do you know of practitioners that do that? I would imagine this would be extremely helpful for them.
Yeah, I am a PTSD expert. I love chronic pain and I love emotional trauma because when it goes away, there is joy in the room. And that's how I found my specialty. Actually, when I was doing my master's degree in pastoral ministry, my specialty that I always chose for all our projects was grief and loss. So I thought I would specialize in grief and loss. I mean, that was the first set I bought from Robert of the DVD series. He actually brought it into town on his motorcycle and met me at Starbucks and handed it to me. And I paid him like $65 or whatever it was at the time for the grief and loss series, the 4 DVDs. And it made sense because I had had grief in my life since I was about 4. But what I found was I didn't get that emotional high working with my grief and loss clients. Now, I still feel good. I still get fulfillment. But I get ecstatic when someone overcomes a rape, a huge, horrible accident. Car wrecks are my specialty too, and that includes my daughter. PTSD traumas. All those is where I get my I don't know, my energy. I'm up for hours going, oh, this is so cool. So when you're working with PTSD, and I'm assuming you're United States, American PTSD vet?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. There's some challenges there.
Okay.
I have girlfriends who are actually LPC counselors and work for veterans hospital centers and clinics. And the issue for them is they have to follow the protocol, and the protocol is pharmaceuticals. And the protocol is constant, long-term routine counseling, which keeps them in a job. And so they get really frustrated and irritated, especially when you do a talk therapy session, and at the end of the session, your client is suicidal, and, sorry, time's up. You know, so
here's another prescription for you.
Yeah, and they have to go to the psychiatrist to get the prescription. But these ladies, good Christian ladies, wanting to make a difference, wanting to make a change, and they're finding that the system is against them. So, however, that said, I've been told, and I think it was the Dallas team, Dave Ryder, that down in Texas, they are starting to allow traditional EFT into the veteran centers. So the best we can do is to keep subtly, gently, consistently putting a little bit of pressure on, and in the meantime, do what you can do where you know vets gather. My stepsister's father has a veteran shelter in Oklahoma City where they have housing, room and board. Okay, this says it will end in 10 minutes. So we're going to have to move along here. And so I had a goal and a dream to step in and help those folks actually make some changes. But he ended up selling the place, and it didn't happen. But find places like that. Go where the vets go and offer services. I know of some Faster EFT practitioners who are men who have lived through a hard life, and they go into the biker bars and the vet bars, and they just chat up a conversation. Well, you're not going to find me doing that. But for them, that's where they make changes, and they hold meetups or do whatever. So, all right.
And a follow-up kind of along the same lines is adopted children or adoption families with the the issues that come along with that?
When there are issues, absolutely. Go for it.
Okay.
It's all about finding yourself. It's not really about finding your family.
Yes.
You know, I have an adopted sister here that I take care of. That's why I'm up here in Enid now instead of down in Oklahoma City. And she's a delight, but my mother was the nurse who delivered her, so she's never known anything but us. So,
Awesome.
all right, I'm seeing a chat pop up. This is cool. Okay, from Linda to all. I have a question about weight loss for myself. Okay, let me see if I can find the chat. I have a question about weight loss for myself, and I'm just stuck. I know I shouldn't be eating certain foods, and I just don't feel like I want to stop eating those foods, so I feel this resistance to not wanting to give it up. What insight can you give me? Okay, Linda, weight loss is all about relationship. So when you go to the food, what does the food remind you of? I went in and was wandering the kitchen last fall, wasn't hungry, but was looking for something. And what I discovered was I was looking for my godmother, who has since passed away. I was looking for her because I used to go to her house, and all I had to do is open the cabinet. It was always fully stocked, and start cooking something, and people would show up. She had lots of kids in her family, and lots of neighbors and church members would just show up. And if I was making cookies or brownies or scrambled eggs or whatever I was making, people would show up and join me. So it wasn't about the food. I was lonely sitting in the living room watching TV at 11 o'clock at night by myself. So it's always about relationship, and that's about all I can say in this few minutes. But the Ultimate Training Kit Weight Loss Series will tell you about addiction, and addiction is about relationship, and that's something that we could definitely work on in a future hangout or a future inner circle meeting. I've got to change my languaging. So what I want to do is really quickly before they cut us off, skip to the tapping portion. Who has something really quick they want to work on? Carrie, you got a quick issue? You're always lots of fun and always a quick flip.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Tell me, sweetie, what are we doing? And you don't have much time.
Right. It's I don't want to catch the cold that's going around the office, and my nose is running right now, and it's freaking me out.
Okay, excellent, because I'm doing the same thing about the plane to Paris tomorrow. I've already got my vitamin C in my hand bag. So, all right. So the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, is you aim at your own issue, know what your happy place is, because we're going to go there. Mm-hmm. Tap out loud if you can, keeping your microphone muted, and follow along with this. So, Carrie, you're going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. We're both going to be, snotting and sneezing and all this stuff's going on, sore throat, laryngitis, unable to talk. It's going to happen. Yeah. It always happens. You know that. Boy, I can feel it just talking about it. You know it, don't you? Yes. Okay. So how strong is that? 0, not at all. 10, really strong.
It's a 10.
Oh, me too. Okay. So let's aim at how you know. I've got the scratchy throat going on. Thank you. I appreciate this. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got a runny nose and everything. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to use Jonah's favorite. If I was to give you a pizza and then I ate the whole thing, how much is left?
None.
None. Tap above your eyes. I release and let go all sadness.
I release and let go of all sadness.
Beside your eye, all fear.
All fear.
Under your eye, all emotional trauma.
All emotional trauma.
Across your collarbone, all chaos and drama.
All chaos and drama.
All anger and hurt.
All anger and hurt.
Powerlessness and helplessness.
Powerlessness and helplessness.
Hopelessness and lack of control.
Helplessness and lack of control.
My body is healing.
My body is healing.
I am a healing machine.
I am a healing machine.
It's safe to let this go.
It's safe to let this go.
Deep breath. Grab your wrist. Blow it all away. And peace. Go to your happy place.
Okay.
Deep breath. And relax into it. Peace.
Peace.
By tomorrow, you and I are both going to be digging at the Kleenexes, coughing, sneezing.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Tap. I release and let it go.
I release and let it go.
Beside your eye, let it go.
Let it go.
Under your eye, let it go.
Let it go.
Across your collarbone, just let it go.
Just let it go.
Safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
And it's healthy to heal me.
And it's healthy to heal me.
Deep breath. Grab your wrist. Blow it all away. And peace. Happy place. Okay. Hey, go back. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up head cold, throat, coughing. I'm about a 4. What are you?
Yeah, that's a 4, yeah.
Okay, notice that 4 feeling. And mine's on my left side. Interesting. Tap. I release and let go everything I'm receiving.
I release and let go of everything I'm receiving.
Beside your eye, I release and let go of everything they're giving me.
I release and let go of everything they're giving me.
Under your eye, it's safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
Across your collarbone, it's healthy to be whole.
It's healthy to be whole.
And I let this cold go.
And I let this cold go.
Before I even get it.
Before I even get it.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Deep breath, grab your wrist. Blow it all away. And peace. Okay, waking up tomorrow morning, how do you feel?
It feels like a non-issue. Like it's good. I can be whole. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to see yourself going to bed tonight and you drink a nice package of emergency vitamin C. You've had a good meal. You're going to get plenty of rest and drink lots of water, and your body is healthy and whole, and you wake up tomorrow morning, you stretch out, take a deep breath, blow it all away, and say, I feel great.
I feel great.
What a beautiful day.
What a beautiful day.
To go to Paris.
To go to Paris.
Okay. Yay! Okay.
Thank you.
Who got changes? Wave at me. All right, good job, good job. That's what this will look like, except normally we will be here an hour or a little after an hour. We'll do half the session of Q&A, working on yourself, working on clients, working on others, and we'll do half the session on an actual tapping based on what we were doing. So be sure and sign up for the mentoring group at Faster EFT Mentoring. Since 2011, that's how you know you've got the right one. And I will add you to the group, and then you can go to livingalot.com and hover over the inner circle, or even click on it and click the Join Us tab, and you can subscribe. The basic, just doing this plus having video archives and being able to ask questions with video responses, is $16 a month. If you're a practitioner and you want more, you want to be part of the tips and tools for Faster EFT, it's $22 a month. And if you're a practitioner who is going to do this as a business, I'm also a business coach and used to run an MBA program, then it's $28 a month, and we will do additional workshops on getting your business practice that are all included, as well as lunch with Lura, an hour of getting to know you, and other features that you'll find at livingalot.com/join us. All right, guys, thank you for sharing my first archive. And this will be posted later somewhere when I figure out where to put it. And I will see you next month when we get back.
Safe trip.
Bye-bye. Keep tapping on you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.